man. The Liberian men.
Oh, Nigerian Men.
Dang. You didn't even think about it.
No.
So what's about that? Like what?
Is she sexy?
It's nothing to do with that. Even if you get a different option, I wouldn't pick Nigerian Men because they have. Woo.
What?
Shake it.
She said shake it.
Hey, my panties was on my head. You guys. No. Different culture, I will pick them over, but that's just only two options.
Because I know that are cool.
Oh, I've chosen very wrongly. I had a type. I've had a type, and yes, I do. And so now, after I've been reborn again and found Christ, I'm letting her pick me. I've had a type, and they all the same people, different face, different name, same.
But it's copy.
Just copy. And then I look. Oh yeah, I like to be treated bad. I want this one. I want that one. I want this one.
Question for all night prayers.
Hot.
Which one are you going to?
That's the answer. That's the answer. That's the answer. That's right. That's the answer. That's beautiful. Love it. Love it.
So
I love, but that is my therapy. What? Jesus and
me.
Jesus and go together. Wow. Haba. Yeah, on Friday night I joined the
prayer
3-hour
service.
tongue prayer session from 12 to 3 something.
You are now listening to the Real Afro-Unity Podcast with our hosts, Daring and Ayo, where they'll be discussing various topics that affect our African diaspora. With these conversations, they aim to hopefully bridge the gap between us African Americans with the Nigerian diaspora. They will dismantle the myths and share a new perspective. Please sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Afro-Unity Podcast, live from City of Brothers. I'm here with
Marsha.
Marsha. Looks like she has been frozen. I know you're a camera person. I know I jacked you for this episode, but this is something I want to ask you. I have so many questions on my mind that I've always wanted to ask someone from Liberia, and now that you're in the studio with us, I feel like this would be a good opportunity for you to just, answer those questions. Apart from Georgia Pound, who are the Liberians that I'm supposed to know?
We actually used to be one of the best countries in West Africa, and then also we were founding we were only one of the only countries that were not that kept their independence because we were founded by a former slave.
So now you no longer shout the color.
Oh my goodness! I mean, because you're talking about Georgia Power, that is not all we had.
Exactly, and so you're one of the people they have in Liberia they've never heard of. So tell me, what is your name?
Marsha.
Introduce yourself to
I'm
me.
Marsha. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
How is it, y'all?
I hate it. Where's the camera?
This one here.
I don't like it, but I'm there. So I'm making lemonades. Lemon out of lemon.
You're making lemon from the. You're making lemonade from the lemon. Don't mind me. I'm always like that. It's joy to have you here.
Well, thank you.
It's joy to have you here. Welcome to Philadelphia.
I'm just here to support my friend.
Yeah, I know that. But did you know that when the slaves were living southern America, Maryland, Philadelphia was the first place they all came to.
It's close to the water. It's close to Ellis Island. Close to New York.
And that is why this city is so
land of the liberty.
On a more serious note.
Okay.
Were you born in the US? So how's the journey been for you coming to the US? So what are the things that you've seen?
I was not born in the U.S. I was born in West Africa, Liberia. I came during the war. I actually grew up. Well, I lived in Ghana for like 2 to 3 years during the Liberian Civil War, and then I came here in '92. Oh, yeah. So I came to the States in '92. So it was a journey that was very stressful because I was called your African booty scratcher. I was called this. I was called so many different things. They even mistake me for a Jamaican. I didn't want to be a Jamaican. They told me I was a Jamaican. I think that's all they were used to.
Yeah.
So right now, seeing what's happening, how Africa is coolest or dopest. Well, I would say, I wouldn't say Africa, I would say Nigeria and Ghana is the two things right now that's on the map that people are so excited about. Or if you're going to like Maldives or whatever in around Africa or whatever.
I want to believe you're still like a young person in this 1992, 1993 that you can think. How was that feeling like someone thinking, I mean, maybe you did scratch or something that. But I was
like, about this one being controversial. What are you?
Thank you.
So no, I wasn't there. Maybe you were like busy,
But sometimes it
Wow.
So how was it feeling like being a young person, like someone treating you in that manner? How was it for you?
I feel as if I was displaced. I didn't want to admit that I was African for a while because of that. But my name is very American, so you wouldn't tell when they called.
Exactly.
Both names, first and my surname too.
I took it for a while.
Yes, but
I was shocked.
But I denied being that for a while. I think until 16, 17.
Wow.
Yeah. Or even in my later years, like I just denied it.
Wow.
Yeah. So because it was a tough experience.
What was that moment for you that changed you and saying, perfect? I'm from Africa.
I'm African.
It had to have been moving to Atlanta.
Oh, where were you before? Mississippi?
I was raised upstate New York.
Ah, yeah.
And then I lived in DMV area for a little while. But when I moved to Atlanta, and it was Cream nightclub, that place, and just going out to, just seeing DJs and people actually enjoying the culture. I was like,
wait, I'm part of this.
Yeah, it's only just my African, my side that I had, at home was just like, we're going to the parties with my African parents, and I'm always watching somebody's child because I was always had the kids. But yeah, I think it was my move to Atlanta actually opened my eyes to, oh wow, I love being African.
That's dope.
2012.
So what would you tell a young person watching this, that maybe 16, 15, they're watching this video and they feel that same way, like, oh, do I embrace this African side or do I embrace this African American side? What would you tell that person that's contemplating that right now?
I would say you can embrace both, but I think there's a balance. But I genuinely, to be from somewhere else is the most amazing thing that I will never be able to take back. I used to deny being born there, all of this, and now you ask me, oh yes, I'm an immigrant. And I open up that statement most of the time. I'm an immigrant. I was born X, Y, and Z. With the state of the world and everything like that, I know it's not the most popular opinion, but you're unique in your own way. And so just maintain that. Don't be fearful, because then you put yourself in this box that is not, it increases like your mental health crisis, like it increases so many things that you don't need to increase. So I would always say embrace, love yourself, love your parents, because they're not going to be around for a while, and culture is so important to me now that I don't want to take that away from me or my future children whenever my husband arrives.
Beautiful.
What if
Love that.
husband is from Alaska?
Oh, he will look. I have two brother-in-laws. I'm telling you, I have two African-American brother-in-laws. you would think they were Liberian.
Look at that. Wow. That's
colonized them.
They have themselves. My brother-in-law, they colonized themselves from eating the food to the parties, wearing the outfit, everything they enjoy.
They embrace it.
You have to be with someone who is willing to embrace it. And so those two, my two brother-in-laws, please.
So now what advice?
Love them, like you really love your
Because it's really nice to see that if I do get an American man that's an option, I would love it. I love. I'm not discriminating.
I got you. So here's my question for you. So if you may be taking my question. No, so what would be the message to African Americans that want to understand the African culture? What would you tell them? How would you prep them? Okay, you're about to learn the African culture. What would be that conversation you have with an African American that's interested in learning more about?
I think first it's just finding their motives. What is your motive? Because some people can have the worst intentions, or they can be looking for, from what I'm hearing now, they're looking for their religion. And based off of one religion being a quote unquote a white guy, Jesus. It's just like, well, no, I need to go find my roots. And sometimes when you're going to find your roots, you may find something else. And even the Africans there are telling you, don't find these roots. These roots will
don't find your roots.
Yeah, so it's just, what is your motives behind why do you want to find what you're lacking or whatever? But also embrace where you are, because when you are on this soil, they don't want you there. So why would you just not focus on, okay, I'm an American. Don't even put African American in front of it, because I don't like that standard first and foremost, because then that labels you as Asian American, this and that. You were born here, you're American. You are an American, and and so I feel as if, and then also be open-minded, because we also had to come here and be open-minded. So when you're going over to Africa, don't just have this slave mentality as a black slave owner, in a sense, well, I got money, I'm gonna do, because sometimes those behaviors can, draw everybody away and not want you to be enter into the room or embraced. Yeah, so it's just come with an open mind, be able to be understanding as well, and willing to sit at the table with others who are different from you, and be culturally competent. I tell people this all the time. Cultural competency is a big thing, and immerse yourself, and even find out different things. When I moved to Namibia for a year, I had to figure out, and go in their culture. I couldn't just come and say, well, I'm African. I'm on a different side of Africa. Yeah. What they do in the South, two different things.
Gotcha. Wow, well, culturally competent. Can you break that down? What does that mean?
Well, the book definition, just to be aware of others' cultures, but not try to make it yours, or this is my culture now all of a sudden you're wearing all of these different things, and do you even know the meaning of what they're wearing?
Gotcha.
I know you guys have the beads. In Liberia, we actually have those same beads, but it means different things.
Gotcha.
So it's just I could be there rocking my beads, but then you don't know why I'm wearing those beads. You say, you're taking off of your biculture and X, Y, and Z. No. I can have my big, nice fan, and a Ghanaian person will say, that's our culture. No.
Gotcha. Cultural competence.
Yes.
That's dope. I love that.
Competent.
I'll ask you this. All-night prayers. Which one are you going to?
That's the answer. That's the answer. That's the answer. That's right. That's the answer. That's beautiful. Love it. Love it.
So, every time I was like,
I love, but that is my therapy. What? Jesus and
Jesus and me.
Jesus go together, wow. Haba. Yeah, on Friday
That's
night, I joined the
prayer
3 hour
service.
tongue prayer section.
Beautiful.
From 12 to 3, some nights I fall asleep.
That's dope. I like that.
I'm trying.
Alright, that was cool. So a Nigerian man, a Liberian man.
Oh, Nigerian men.
Dang. You didn't even think about it.
No.
So what's about that? Like, what?
Was she sexy or shit?
It's nothing to do with that.
Just kidding.
But, and my brother-in-law, I love him. He's Liberian, and that's my background. My father is. I love that. But for me, it's just not for me. And that's where I'll leave it.
What have you seen in Nigerian
It's just-
man that makes you feel like
Nigerian man, even if you gave me a different option, I wouldn't pick Nigerian man.
Okay.
Because they have
What?
shake it.
You're showing me shaking.
She said shit.
Hey, my panties was on my head with you guys. No. Different culture, I will pick them over, but that's the
I
only
think
two
that's still
options.
better than Nigerians.
Yeah, let's be honest. The Nigerian, no, that may seem very rude, but Nigerian men will much so. Never mind, it's okay.
You say,
No, they'll take care of you. They'll make sure some of them are, they may take care of everybody else, but the household will take care. Yes. And so it's just that. But I don't want that. And I love their culture, how immersed they are in culture. And I think if that's the number one reason, it's because they're immersed in their culture. And I love culture.
Gotcha.
well, I mean,
But you could give me another option, I'll take it.
I don't even know. I'm a Nigerian man, so.
If you give me a francophone.
The French?
Hallelujah.
So,
But it's just
95% of African and Francophone already, so 95% of people are out already. The only thing is Amapiano and Nigeria. Which one will you take between South Africa and Nigeria? Amapiano, South Africa.
No, I won't take South Africa. I lived in South Africa for a
Exactly.
year.
So I've called like 50 of people now.
You
The whole
always say
Nigeria is
Nigeria,
African.
please, because you're putting them in a category with people that I probably wouldn't.
Well, we should have. You want Jamaicans?
From Trinidad?
I think both of y'all just as bad together.
What?
I did not pay for something because your mom said you should, but you didn't believe it.
I'll call you later. I'm still busy.
See, my parents
Okay.
didn't force us to, force religion on us. So I can't say that my mom wanted us to pray for something. They never forced it on us. If we went to church, we went to church. And I think that's why I enjoy religion now, because I was able to form it in my
On your own.
Yeah, and they didn't force us to go to church.
Got it.
They didn't. If you don't go to church, you no. They didn't
There's
even
no
go.
threat.
Yeah, but we used to be on that church bus every Sunday, ready to go. So it's just because it was something I wanted to do. So
Let's do it.
I don't know.
It's been
what I
an
would
interesting
pray for.
conversation, and I want to go back a bit on the Nigerian men part of it. I see that a lot, and
You're curious?
Nigerian women don't think that highly of Nigerian men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me, I'm not a Nigerian woman, so I cannot
I'm
speak.
trying
But
to
you have a
understand.
Nigerian woman in the room, baby.
Yes, we do. Yes.
But she didn't want the Nigerian demon, she wanted the Nigerian angel.
Everybody
So
wants
you
a
angel.
yes. You don't want the demon. Who wants the demon to be laying in the bed with you?
Oh, snap. No, we don't want that.
Demon as it is generally accepted in the urban dictionary.
I know.
It's just, you know what it is.
I know. Trust me, I
The
know.
guy you described earlier, you
Yeah.
know, like,
One guy.
I think you have a skewed perspective.
No, I do not.
no, but what I want to ask.
Those are the only guys that
What I want to
that
ask.
dated Africans. That's the only people
What
that
I want to
approach me
ask.
and they
So,
flip my
let me hold your
face.
hand in solidarity. Let me hold your hand in solidarity.
They finished me. Where's the camera?
I think what I want to know is
She
Is it a situation whereby you now, okay, you feel you picked wrongly? Because I know a lot of Nigerian guys that are cool.
Oh, I've chosen very wrongly. I've had a type. I've had a type, and yes, I do. And so now, after I've been reborn again and found Christ, I'm letting her pick for me because I've had a type. And they all the same people, different face, different name. Same.
Well, it's carbon copy.
Just carbon copy. And then I look, oh yeah, I like to be treated bad. I want this one. I want that one. I want this one. Generation to generation. Making generational curses now. That's why I'm there. Haba.
Oh wow. Wow, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Anyway, but hey,
That's
let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few Liberians, right? And I know like some people ended up in Ghana, some people ended up in Nigeria, Sierra Leone and everything. And I used to say this, right? The only reason why I feel like you are more attracted to a Nigerian man.
Well, hey, let's correct that. I am not attracted.
They like
yes, they.
Because we see good things we know.
Yeah, but then why? Anyway, that's another conversation.
You can ask me and say, okay, so why do they now then?
No, I'm not going to classify all of them because not all
of them are like that. Exhibit
They
that.
have some really good ones.
You know what? There's something women don't know that I'll tell you today.
Okay, please.
And this might sound controversial, but I know some men can relate. There's something we call cum syndrome.
What?
Cum syndrome.
Okay.
Which means when a man sees you, he likes you, he wants to marry. Everything he's saying at that point is as the way he thinks. But after he decides to
Enjoy.
go to the other room,
Yeah.
you just get the better clarity of what he wants. I am telling you, like 90% of what he was saying when he was saying it, it doesn't mean that some people don't lie. But there is what we call cum syndrome. People don't. I tell people. I say people, because they search dictionary and they don't find it, they don't believe in that word. But I'm telling you, there's cum syndrome. A man that sees you is going to be there. Some, they just want to enter the place, right? But some, they genuinely, when they see me, they're so passionate about it. They can even tell them nothing in the next 6 months. They will stay with you.
It's those fresh out the boat ones. Those ones. Yeah.